Dany, it's a pleasure to meet you. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Certainly, Karina. My name is Dany Karsh. I'm the National Director for the Sustainable Forestry Initiative for Community Outreach and Market Access.
All right, so what does it do on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, actually, we're all about the future of forests. The Sustainable Forestry Initiative is a nonprofit organization that manages a sustainable forestry certification program for North America. What that means is there's a lot of social, economic, and environmental components in forestry certification. And many of the companies that are attending this conference here this week are certified to our environmental standard.
What is the reason why you're here? You want to meet these people? What is your expectation?
We are sponsors of this show. The guide that you have for the program is printed on SFI certified paper, which means that the fiber that paper is made from comes from a forest that is well certified. So it's an environmental initiative that these companies that are attending here put forward in their organizations. I would say the majority of the companies that are attending this session, this conference, that produce pulp, paper, lumber products are certified to one or more environmental certification standard. We are SFI, the Sustainable Forestry Initiative, the world's largest single forest certification standard. And there's also the CSA, the Canadian Standards Association, which has a program, and there's also the Forest Stewardship Council. So there are three primary certification programs that exist here in North America.
And do you have specific objectives for your presence here this year? Because I know you've been here since the beginning.
Well, actually, I've been here since more than just the beginning. Today it's called the Montréal Wood Convention. A lot of people here will be able to talk to you about the Canadian Lumbermen's Association. This used to be called the CLA Convention, and it was part of the forest sector for 100 years. They had a conference here for 100 years, and during their 100th year anniversary, it was the last conference they had. Then it stopped, and then we have fortunate enough that the MLB, the OFIH, the QLMA, or the CIFQ, depending on English or French, were able to come together and start the Montreal Wood Convention again. And we're starting to see a lot of people coming back to what we call the good old CLA days, because that other conference was shut down for about 10 years. And there's a lot of people from the industry attending. It's a very, very worthwhile conference to be here.
So why is it worthwhile? Why should people leave their job for a few days, fly to Montreal, and be here?
Yeah, I think it's important to realize that this is one of the only conferences in North America where you have a very significant concentration of lumber traders, sales and procurement. Other conferences, you'll get a mix from different companies, but this one here is really, really focused on sales and procurement. And at the end of the day, sales and procurement mean business. So I think if you're looking to go to a conference not only to become educated, but also to look for potential suppliers, look for potential sales, this is definitely a tremendous networking event to attend. And not to mention, they've stretched it out an extra month, so it's not as cold coming here in middle of February.
Good. That's good. Based on your experience, if you had the chance to meet the organizers of the convention, would you have any suggestions or comments about the event and how it can be improved?
It's a good question. I think the organizers learn it from every year how to try and improve. I believe they put out a questionnaire. That's probably one of the best ways to be able to move forward with trying to improve a conference. We do that for our own conference itself. I don't think there's any one particular component that I would say is negative at this point. I think they're on the right track, and I think the proof is in the pudding when you see 80 different exhibitors right next door for us in the hall.
And the number increases each year.
And I'll have to get back to my booth soon because I'm the only one here, and apparently we're not allowed to leave our booth alone. So I'm looking forward to getting back there and continuing to talk to the many people that are attending this conference.
And I'll let you go, and thank you so much for making the time
It is my pleasure.
for this interview.
Cheers.
Have a good time.
Thank you.